Oh, hello, my friends. I'm just starting out today. I guess I forgot to hit my intro video and prepare for that. Had to reboot my computer and get some things set up here. And so I want to address a few questions that I've been getting recently on my Facebook Messenger from friends of mine and people that have been referred to today's CBD oil by other people. And I think it's important to address some of these things from time to time, even though I have talked to them before, or about them before, however you want me to say that. I've even had doctors on. I've had Dr. Lana. I've had Dr. Botwell out of St. Louis, Missouri, who is a pain specialist and that kind of stuff. And so it's time for me to kind of revisit some of these things and go through them. I want to first make sure and put this up. And my statements have not been approved by the FDA. I am not a doctor. I can't make any claims because if I do, they'll shut me down faster than something. And so I want to make sure that this is understood, that I'm going by my personal research, by discussing this with other experts, including Tracy Gibbs, who is our scientific advisor, again, speaking to doctors. And again, my experience and what I have been experiencing, and through some of the studies of documentaries and research and medical papers that I've read in research for my books and that kind of stuff. So I just want to make sure this is very clear before we get started. All right. So so that I don't make this too long, I'm going to get right to the questions. All right. And feel free to comment. Please let me know that you're watching. Let me know where you're watching from. If you were at Dallas, let me know your experience of Dallas. Did you have a good time? Did you enjoy it? Did we meet? Did we get a chance to talk? If you're watching the replay, make sure you let me know you're watching the replay in the comments. The comments are key for me to know who's watching, how many people are watching, and if people are engaging. So I would just appreciate it as if you're getting anything out of my Facebook Lives and doing these things. Your payment to me, so to speak, is just by simply putting in a little comment, saying hi, and then maybe answering some of those questions I had asked before. So one of the questions I got, I'm concerned about smoking anything. Do I need to vape CBD in order for it to work? And the answer is no. As a matter of fact, I'm not even sure if that's one of the most effective ways to get CBD into your body. As a matter of fact, people are dying from vaping, and I understand that it has to do with THC and some other components that are being put in there that some of the companies are putting in. I'm not going to get in that whole argument. I would just say, if you don't have to vape, why? Just don't do it. All right, so no, you do not have to vape. As a matter of fact, the oil, which comes in a tincture like this one, simply you put the drops underneath your tongue, sublingual absorption into the body. All right, that is one of the best ways to get into the endocannabinoid system, which everybody has in their body and in their brain, and that is one of the best ways of getting it into that system, doing it sublingually so it will absorb in your body. Now, a CBD1 from Viseo has liposome technology, which allows more of the product to get into your system, makes it more bioavailable. If you're taking a pure CBD oil, you're only getting about 6 to 13% of that CBD that's in the pure CBD into your body. So I would recommend CBD1 from Viseo due to their delivery system, which actually allows your body to absorb it. This is not unusual in the dietary supplement and medical pharmaceutical industries, that there's some things that our body just simply doesn't absorb. And that has to do with cancer medication, has to do with some vitamins like vitamin C. If you've ever taken a vitamin C pills or chewables, whatever it may be, that do not have some type of delivery system, your urine gets really yellow or orange because that is all the vitamin C that's not being absorbed by your body. It needs a delivery system. And Viseo CBD1 has liposome technology, which is that delivery system. But no, you do not need to smoke it or vape it. And also there's the cream that goes through your skin. Our skin, which is the largest organ in our body, has the endocannabinoid system in it also. So it is a great way to absorb CBD for those things that have to do with pain and discomfort on your joints and your elbows and your hands and that kind of stuff. Another great way to consume CBD. My recommendation is you do both sublingual and through the skin to get the whole package of the ways to get it into your body and into your system. I do that on a daily basis. I take it twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening. Two half droppers in the morning, 1 half dropper in the evening. That's my dosage. Every dosage is different. Oh, it just reminds me, I haven't answered another question to somebody about dogs, but everybody's different. The dosage for every individual may vary slightly based on, who you are as a person, your chemical makeup, your weight, the ailment you're trying to address, and all that kind of stuff. It will vary. So you're going to have to find your dosage. My dosage currently, again, is 2 half droppers in the morning, 1 half dropper in the evening before I go to bed. And then I put cream on those areas that in the past I've had a history of pain and discomfort, which is my neck area, my shoulder. I recently had an elbow injury, so I've been putting it on my elbow, lower back. I've been flying a lot. I've been on 6 planes in less than 10 days. And so at those times, I will tend to put it on my lower back in that area until I no longer need it. But I do make sure that at some point I put it somewhere on the skin so that it'll absorb into my body. So as far as having to smoke it, no. Are there products that you smoke? Are there products that are in gummy bears, all this other kind of stuff? From my research, again, this is my understanding, is that the best way is through sublingual oil, or the product that we have in our CBD one under your tongue, and then the skin through some types of cream. Let me see if we have any comments in relation to, hey, Allison, nice to see you. Nobby from Australia. Awesome. We have Colleen. Colleen Davidson, what's up? We have to have lunch together. I know. We're going to make that happen. Julie, nice to see you. Always putting her smiley face on my Facebook lives. All right, continue. Those of you that are watching, please make sure and let me know that you're here. All right, so that addresses that one. The next one is, I do not want to take a chance on addiction. Does CBD have any addictive properties? The answer is no. Now, there's some people that will say even THC, which our product does not have any THC. I just want to make sure that's clear. CBD1, not all CBDs, CBD1 from Paseo has no THC. If you're a doctor, a police officer, a flight attendant, an airline pilot, you can take it with no risk of being caught with a dirty test because of THC. Our product has guaranteed no THC in it. Now, you may have policies like the military. The military says you can take no CBD products, right? And if you get caught, you get kicked out of the military. But if you have that kind of policy, then I would recommend not taking any CBD. But our CBD has no THC. Even THC, depending on who you talk to, has no addictive properties. Again, don't know. I just heard in most cases it's not an addictive thing. Now you can get addicted to the feeling it gives you, but not necessarily that you get the hankering and the need to take it like you do with once you start taking heroin or Oxycontin, any type of opioid or something like that. But CBD with no THC, absolutely not. You can actually forget to take it if you don't have it handy. You're not going to be reminded by your body going, oh, I need that CBD. I need that CBD. No, I have not heard of anybody. Now, somebody can send me a study or something that shows me anything different. I have not heard of anybody becoming addicted to CBD. And if you did, it necessarily, I mean, all the benefits are positive. And so, it's one of those things that if you got addicted to it, why not take advantage of something that has purely positive outcomes? Again, the FDA has not approved anything I'm telling you, but I don't know. I've not heard of anybody yet other than the detoxing aspect that can occur once you start taking it. You can get some redness on your skin. You can get diarrhea in some other very rare cases. I've not heard very many, but I have heard a couple people say, I got this rash or I got this thing. That's the reports are on that is that it's the detoxing that your body's going through as your body's getting rid of those things that are causing you problems because you are taking CBD. But no, there's no addictive properties in relationship to especially our CBD. Now, in most cases, I'm talking about our CBD. I want to make sure that that's clear too. Our CBD, no THC. It has a liposome technology for absorption, but no addictive properties. All right. So another couple comments coming up here. Hey, Mary, nice to see you. Sarah. Oh, wow. Sarah, didn't I just talk to you? Awesome. All right. So let's get back to the next question. Next question is, with this help? Sorry, typo. I'm known for my typos, Julie, right? There's another one. Will, not with, will. Let me see if I can fix that. Hold on. I'm going to make it better on the fly here. Oops. Didn't go far enough. Will. Shoot, I can't see. All right. Will this help with my diabetes? Okay, so let me tell you my experience. My experience was before I started taking CBD, I had a diagnosis of being a pre-diabetic. And I have read testimonials from other people who have full-blown diabetes. In those testimonials, they say since they've taken CBD, they have seen improvement. Now, I can't give you a gauge on that improvement if they've had to take less insulin, for instance, or some people that were diabetic are no longer pre-diabetic. I can't tell you the total extent of that. I can just tell you that I've seen people say they've had positive results in regard to their diabetes once they started taking CBD on a regular basis. So the indications are based on testimonials, and a few of the studies that I've read is that CBD has a positive impact on diabetes. And again, for me, in my personal experiences, once I started taking CBD, I didn't change anything in my diet. I didn't change anything in my activity. I didn't change anything in my life that should have affected my pre-diabetic diagnosis. The only thing I did was add CBD, taking it sublingually. And I think there was a cream at the time I was taking. And I got an email from my doctor after a blood test, and they said, congratulations, you're no longer pre-diabetic. They asked me what I did. I said I did nothing. And they said the only thing I did was add CBD. And the pharmacist that I was seeing at the time, not seeing dating, but seeing because I was getting medication, said, whispered, like looked around and said, hey, yeah, I've had other people say that since they started taking CBD, they haven't needed the medication that they were taking. And he goes, I take it too. This is the pharmacist. I'm not going to tell you what his name is and tell you the hospital, but the pharmacist was like, CBD is the real deal. And this is a pharmacist that gives out pharmaceuticals on a daily basis, right? Now, the doctors, they kind of go, well, you should take our drugs. You should buy all the drugs from the pharmacy. Just confirm you're going to continue, right? And they want to make sure that we're buying the drugs from the pharmacy. But the pharmacist, at least two of them that I talked to, said, you're doing the right thing by taking CBD. Don't stop doing that. All right. The next question I recently got. I have recently had amputations. Will this help with the pain and healing of my wounds? Now, this is a good question. The answer is I have seen results from Dr. Botwell out of St. Louis, Missouri. I've been trying to get her to do an interview. She's very busy. She did an interview with me about a year ago. You have to look for it on my Today's CBD Oil page. Just go to that page and then look at videos. You'll see it down there somewhere where she gave me pictures. Oh my gosh. Do I have them on my computer? I don't think I have them on my computer any longer. Maybe I can show those really fast, or at least one of them. Hold on, I'm going to look at my desk. But anyway, she gave me pictures that showed significant and quick improvement of a 57-year-old, I think, 57 or 58-year-old, maybe it's 59 now that I'm thinking about it, 59-year-old who had his fingers cut off in a saw accident. He was doing some work. He was a contractor, I believe, and he sawed off 4 of his 5 fingers. She treated those fingers, in all the manners that you treat them as far as repairing them, the damage and that kind of stuff, but then put CBD oil directly on the wound. I'm going to make sure and preface, do not put our cream on any wound. All right. I'm going to come back to that in just a second. So do not, I'm telling you, do not put this cream on any wound. All right. But oil, she put them on directly on the wound. It wasn't today's CBD. It wasn't CBD 1 because it hadn't come out yet. It was another product, and it wasn't HempWorks. It was another product that she was using, but she put CBD oil directly on the wound, and she said the guy healed like Wolverine. That it happened so quickly beyond what anybody should heal at, like 3 weeks. And I wish I could find those pictures. You'll have to find the video because I do not see them here. This is a brand new computer. I got this computer after I did that. So sometimes those images kind of stick around and I'm looking for them very fast. But anyway, they were very telling images. She got the permission of the patient for me to share those on that broadcast. But just to answer the question, I believe yes. I believe that it could do nothing but help. And again, you may want to check with your doctor. I'm not telling you to do anything without checking to your doctor first. I should have prefaced that first. But she put the oil directly on the wounds, and she said again that it was like a Wolverine healing. She could almost see it healing in the matter of time that it did. So the pictures that she gave me were actually fingers that, as they were, prior to being amputated, they were still, just kind of dangling there by some skin. She then gave me a photograph of after the amputation and the sutures, and each one was like a week apart, and then 3 weeks later, completely healed, which of course speeds up this process so that you have less chance of infection. That, the pain from having open wounds is incredible. Once it heals, then the pain can become less. And so the healing process, if you could speed it up in a way that actually is good for the hand to heal up, it can be nothing but good. So it is possible. I can't guarantee it, but it is possible that you can speed up the healing process, the recovery, if you apply CBD oil directly to the wounds. Again, check with your doctor, make sure that they're okay with that it's not going to cause some other kind of complication. I have not, again, heard of anything that it would. I'm just telling you, I have to do my due diligence and make sure that I tell you that. But I have put CBD directly on some of my wounds, and it seems to heal much faster than if I would not have done that. All right. So again, this is my experience with Dr. Botwell. Again, if I can get her on an interview, it would be great to be able to do that again. Sarah again, Rosie. Hey, Rosie, nice to see you. She's recommending Joseph come to this broadcast. Joseph, get your butt over here so you can learn something. All right, now to the next area is this one here. Will CBD counteract or conflict with any of my narcos? In other words, can I take it if I'm taking blood pressure medication? Can I take it if I'm taking, whatever, insulin or some other type of IV type of medication, any other kind of medication for that matter? And the answer that I've gotten from experts, again, this is what I'm making sure and letting you know that these are from other sources, not just coming from Andy, and from our scientific advisor. Also, make sure you check with your doctor first. But the answer typically is this: if you can eat a salad, then you can, and you're on other kinds of medication, and if that salad does not counteract those medications, then you can take CBD. CBD is simply a plant-based product that you absorb sublingually or through your skin, and it should not counteract any other types of medications or substance that you're putting in your body and do anything negative to you or make the other medication not work, because it simply is a salad in the form of a CBD oil. It should not counteract any other medication. Again, I have to do my job in telling you that you want to make sure and check with your doctor to make sure that they are on board and know that you're doing it. But the word on the streets is that if you can eat a salad, you can take CBD, and it should not cause any conflicts or any problems with your narcos. The question I got, and then I didn't put this on my banners, that I'm going to answer in a message that I got. I almost forgot. I'm so glad I did this. Is that I have a friend who has a dog, has a friend who has a friend who has a dog that they want to give CBD for, I believe it's anxiety. I don't remember off the top of my head, anxiety or maybe some type of pain or just, oh, it is. That's pain and discomfort. And so, and wanted to know the dosage. I do have a chart. I will try to remember to put it in the comments on this particular Facebook message, but it can vary based on the size of the dog. So you are going to take a smaller amount, of course, with a smaller dog, and increase to a human dosage as the dog gets up to about 100 pounds or so. And so that dosage will vary. Now, within those, each one of those sizes of dogs, that dosage will also vary by drops, by maybe 2 or 3 drops, maybe a little bit more, or a few drops less. The reason why you just don't simply want to give them a whole vial of CBD is not because they will OD or get sick. Same thing with us. If you decide to drink this entire bottle of CBD, you are not going to die. You're not going to overdose. Nothing's going to happen. You may have diarrhea. Your belly might not feel good because you drank a whole bottle of stuff, right? That's the worst thing that can happen. It is not going to kill you. It is not going to kill the dog, but you're wasting $75 or $74, whatever this bottle costs, right? And so you're wasting money. The reason you want to find the dosage that you actually need is so that you don't waste your money. You want to take the dosage that affects those things that you are troubled with and take just that amount. Once you reach that amount, then there's no sense wasting the rest of it so that it costs you more money than it should. All right. So it's really key, I think, to find that amount so that you can make sure and just simply address your issues. And then you have, less need to order on a basis that's going to cost you a lot of money. All right. So I hope this has all been helpful to you. If you think this has been helpful for somebody else that's, has the same questions or concerns, just make sure and forward it to them. And again, if you're watching the replay, I would love for you to comment, say hi, just like Steve Hunt is doing. Saw Steve Hunt there in Dallas and was so happy to see him. Rosie, nice to see you. Nabi did not see in Dallas. He's in Australia. Do you recommend tongue kissing after taking CBD? Absolutely. That's a good way to save a little bit of money. Nabi. You know what? You're making me feel more lonely than I should. You know, this is probably the longest I've gone without a relationship, and you're making me sad. Nobby, only Nobby. All right, Sarah has a good question, I think, here. I have a question for you. Will taking CBD help with someone who has chronic back pain, surfing accident, slip disc? Doctors have tried different things and nothing has worked. He's tried our CBD for 30 days and didn't think it helped. But could it help if he was taking it long term? My answer to that is quite possibly yes. It could be a matter of the dosage that he may or may not be taken, that he may need to increase the dosage a little bit, and also take it in conjunction with some cream. The cream is very powerful for those injuries that are close to the surface of the skin and gets directly in that endocannabinoid system, which will then again begin to attack those areas. I think the heat, I didn't answer why you don't put on an open wound. I'm glad you asked this question. I'm gonna leave I can see over the question there, is that there is, and I can't read the ingredients. I should have looked it up before I got on there, but there is a ingredient that's similar to capsaicin. If it's not capsaicin, that capsaicin actually gets on the skin and kind of heats it up a little bit. And again, there may be something else, so don't quote me that it's actually capsaicin. But I tend to believe it's something like that or something very similar. And in an open wound, if you've tried this and then wiped your eye after putting it on your elbow or something like that, and the burn that you feel in an open wound, you could very well get that same really burning hot sensation, and it could be very painful. So to answer your question, Sarah, is that I would recommend that he does both the oil and the cream. And make sure and kind of fluctuate that the sublingual intake. If he's not feeling a feeling of relief even on the slightest, then you need to increase it. If it's slight, then just increase it by a drop or two until you're getting a good results. Now, I will never tell anybody that these things are the end-all be-all for overall pain. I have had a little pain. I think the last one was in my elbow. What it did do, the pain was very bad. When I would go to the gym and try to lift even 30 pounds in a curl or something like that, that pain would just like be so sharp, and I would have to fight through and continue. Now, I'm not sure if that's the right thing to do, but when I applied the CBD cream, the pain was still there, but I had the ability to continue to lift the weights without that face, like, oh my God, this is so painful. The pain was greatly reduced. And sometimes that's all we can hope. It's not the end all be all solution to overall pain. Because even in my shoulder and neck, I'm telling you, the pain was so excruciating. I could not literally pick up this bottle and raise it up, because that pain would get to me. Like, it would be like somebody stabbed me with a dull pencil, like this pencil, like they were stabbing me with it into my skin and then turning it around, right? After taking CBD and putting the cream on there in both, right, in sublingual and on the skin, the pain was greatly reduced, where I didn't have that excruciating, mind-numbing pain. The discomfort was still slightly there, but it was greatly reduced. Again, so it depends on what it is and what you're addressing. If this has been long-term back pain, it could take a while for your brain, from what I understand, can even take a while for your brain to stop triggering that thought of pain and discomfort, because sometimes that can linger too. You've heard of people saying that when there is an amputation, back amputation, that after the amputation they still get a pain in their hand, which they don't even have the hand anymore, right? It's a little bit of a psychological or issue that has to do with a neurology of some sort. There's another way of putting that, a neuro issue. Maybe that's it. And so again, it could be time. It could be an increase in dosage and fixing, but also I would add the cream to make sure that you're attacking it both sublingually and through the skin. That was a long answer to your question, almost like the answers to your question during our interview today. All right, so I hope that helped. But yes, give it time. And one of the things that people do is they quit too early. We're asking, especially, again, pain that's been there for a long time, or a diabetes diagnosis that somebody's been suffering with years, and they take this for like a week and it's not helping and they quit, right? Listen, sometimes, our system we've been abusing our system for a very long time, and it's taken a long time to get some of these pains and the discomfort and anxieties and things. It's taken us years of abusing our body, of breathing carcinogens for years, and eating the lousy food that we've been eating for years, and fast food and sodas and that kind of stuff, right? We've been doing that for years. And then when we decide we don't want to deal with the outcomes of our bad decisions, we want them to go away like that, right? And so we take this, didn't work. and then we're out of it right away. That's happened a couple times with some of these products that some people have taken, that they'll get hold of me, they take it. Well, I took it for a week and didn't feel anything. Oh, only a week? You can return an empty container and get your money back, right? You can return empty bottles and get your money back. So why not at least go through 30 to 45, 60 days and give it a try, and then, see what the results are as you move forward. So give it some time. That would be awesome. All right. Thank you. I appreciate that, Sarah. If you haven't seen our interview, I will find our interview. Normally people tag me on the interviews, but Sarah, for whatever reason, didn't want to tag me. She didn't do her job. Sarah and I just met in Dallas, and already we rib each other about things. I forgot what she said on her interview. She said, I get nervous around people that, of a high stature, but yet she walked up to me at the bar and said hi with no problem, right? So I said, so apparently I don't have high stature. So, so if Sarah doesn't tag me in the video, I will find it and forward that to you. I thought we had a really good time on that particular interview, and I appreciate Sarah's questions and insight as we got to know each other there in Dallas and over our interview. I did. Okay. All right. I'm so sorry. You've never used Facebook before. All right. So anyway, Sarah, thank you for that interview. It was fantastic. I love getting to know you and meeting you. And Rosie and Nobby for joining, Steve Hunt and Julie, Mary, sorry. Hey, Mary, nice to see you. Mary and I have some interesting conversations. I wish I could share our conversations, but I'm not going to. Colleen, thanks for joining. I really appreciate all of you being on board. I'm going to now remember to play my outro. So have a great day. If you have any questions, feel free to message me, and I can answer these questions on the next Facebook Live. All right, take care. Talk to you later. Bye.